All right, what's up, everybody? We are live with FusionCast, episode 17. I'm your host, Fusion Gaming, Fusion 64, Fusion Gaming, Fusion 64. Along today with me is my co-host every week. Fortunately, depends on what day it is. Rebel Blood 80, how you doing, sir?
Is this day going to be fortunately or
Maybe
unfortunately?
possibility. I don't know. Could be good.
I
Could
don't
be
know. Maybe
bad.
we could teeter back and forth.
Yeah.
Be fortunate, unfortunately. What's happening, man?
Same old, same old. I'm pretty tired. I was up late on a podcast last night till about I think I got about five and a half hours sleep.
Oh, nice. What
Yeah.
podcast? You didn't send it to me.
Oh, the Nintendo Prime podcast last night. So
Oh, betraying the Sony PlayStation.
yeah, there was a lot of betrayal going on over there. There's been a lot of betrayal going on this week. Let me tell you. Whew. Whew.
Well,
Yes, and there's
backstabbing.
no. Fortunately, this week there's no gameplay background like I usually have, but I've been super busy playing a bunch of Switch. Like this week has just been cruising by, so I didn't have any time to make any gameplay in the background. So you just got my ugly mug on the screen this week.
I should record myself playing some stuff and send it to you so you could use my footage as well.
But that's good
But
because I got a bunch of pickups this week, so I can show
good.
them off.
What'd you get? Was it Amazon Prime pickups?
Oh yeah,
The Prime Day
did
sales?
you get any Prime Day sales this week?
No video games, no.
No video games. No, any computer stuff?
I got a new hard drive.
Nice.
That's
What size SSD?
it is not an SSD. It is a normal hard drive,
Oh, okay.
and it's not even 7,200 RPM.
Oh man, what did you get that for?
I am going to dump legally owned ROMs on it.
Legally owned ROMs, huh?
I have a copy of every one of these games that I
Okay.
will be dumping on there.
I'll be checking. I'll be coming by and checking to make sure. Let's see some copies.
I'm sorry, the copies are in storage. I got to preserve them.
Really?
Yes.
So yeah. I did. I get. I got some. I got some Prime. Two games from Prime deal. Not even on Prime, really. One of them Target. The other one was from Woot. You know, what Woot is an Amazon company.
I've never even heard of Woot. Now I'm going to have to look it up.
Woot is like an Amazon. It's some backdoor Amazon company. I think. I don't know.
It's not like Timu or anything like that.
No, but like, yeah.
Is it?
I paid through my Amazon account, so it says it's like Woot, an Amazon
Oh,
Prime
right
company.
at the top it
Yeah,
says an Amazon company.
yeah. So, Target Persona 5 Royale, $30, pretty solid.
Nice, that's a good game.
Yes,
A great game even.
and then I think Bayonetta Origins. I think it was 30. It was 25 or 30. So
That's the isometric like prequel game, right?
yeah, the one that's kind of like Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons.
Have you played that yet? Is that any good? I've
I
not
played the demo. There's
really
a
seen
demo
much
of it.
on it.
Yeah, I did. I enjoyed it. I talked about it one day on the podcast, I believe. It's like
That's
Brothers.
right,
It's
you
very
did.
good. Yeah, that's why I picked it up. It wasn't something I was interested in before. They were re-released some of the Breath of the Wild amiibos, and I scored the Bokoblin. So
Nice.
that
I
just came
stopped collecting
today.
those.
That just came today. And the mother load for this week would be the Tears of the Kingdom Collector's Edition Strategy Guide.
Nice.
Yeah, this thing is thick, very thick.
Like a phone book?
Yes, it's heavy too. Hardcover. I have the Breath of the Wild one. That one's great. I love it. And yeah, I haven't opened it yet, so I'm waiting to beat Tears of the Kingdom, and then I'll use that to go back and clean up everything else that I want to go after.
Nice. Did you ever get the Zelda lore one?
I
Comes in like
didn't.
a
No, I should get that one. I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get that as well.
Yeah, I bet you that
That
one's
always looked
awesome.
really cool.
Right.
But every time I seen it at like Walmart a couple of times, but you know when you go over to those book stands, they're all like bent up and got slime juices all over them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I I
Yucky.
don't really want to buy it from there, but then the only other option is what? Go to Amazon and order it from them and get it all batched up in shipping and whatnot.
I got this
I don't
from
know.
Amazon, and it turned out well. I don't know.
Most stuff I get usually does
Right.
books
Right.
wise, but a couple I've gotten where like the spine was all messed up when I got it. I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
because if it's worth owning, it's worth owning in hardcover.
Totally. Yeah. Totally. So, yeah, some interesting stories this week. A couple, and we'll get into those. But first off, what have you been playing?
Uh, well, I've not been playing anything console wise. I've not turned on my PS5, which is a bummer because I was like, oh man, every day I was like, I got to play a little bit of Final Fantasy so I could talk about it. But I've not fallen off the game. I just have not wanted to sit in front of my couch, so I just been kind of messing around on my PC, and might as well go in backwards chronological order here of what I've been playing. I've been continuing on the Crew a little bit.
Dude,
That
what the hell is wrong with
terrible
you?
game.
What is wrong with you?
I like hurting myself.
What is wrong with you? God. Oh my
It's not
God.
great, but it's not terrible. There's some fun to be had in it, and it's just kind of fun seeing how bad the game actually is. I made it all the way to New York in the game now.
You
So
fucking love swimming in sixes and sevens, let me tell you.
I do. I
You,
do.
it's like,
Is it a curse or is it a?
and especially ones that you shit talk all the time. You hate Ubisoft games.
I do, and I was watching a video before we started the podcast about more Ubisoft crap, and it was a video about games that are going to come out and they're gonna fumble and fail completely, most likely. I'm doing air quotes here. And Skull and Bones was in that video, and like there was other Ubisoft games on there, and I was like, yeah, I shouldn't be playing the Crew.
Oh
But
my
it's not
God.
terrible, which is
There
the
is so
thing.
many high quality games that you've yet to beat, and you are playing this dog shit. And then the stuff that you hate as well too. You don't even like
You know
it.
why?
You don't even like it.
Because I like driving around. You know, I wish they would bring. You remember that 360 test drive game,
Yeah.
Xbox 360? I think it was called Test Drive Unlimited. That game was cool just to cruise around in, and that's what you could do in the Crew. I mean, I could do it in Forza too, but Forza's a little in your face, going, "Hey guy, why don't you go
Hey,
to the race
hey
over
bro.
here?
Yeah. Hey bro.
Hey guy,
Hey
why don't
bro.
you visit the store?
Yeah.
Hey buddy,
I know. Yeah.
go do this." And
Hey
the Crew
bro. What are
doesn't
you
really do
doing?
that.
Yeah.
I mean, it did it for a while because it was like this cop car quest that I started but didn't finish, and they were like, "Hey, why don't you go collect your cop car?" And I was like, "No, I'm driving down these back roads. Hey, why don't you go collect your cop car?" No. And then finally, like on the fifth time, I'm like, "Fine, fine, I'll go get the cop car." But it's been silent ever since, and I could just drive around, and we need more games, better games like that.
You know what was a
I think.
good series was by Rockstar. What was the one that they made? Midnight Club.
Midnight Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
I
I recall
remember
that being a
liking that
little
on the original
difficult though.
Xbox. Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition.
There's one of them on the 360 that's backwards compatible that I got.
Back when Rockstar used to make games.
Yeah, instead of pumping out remakes and remasters of the same damn games all the time.
And like updates to GTA Online.
Yeah.
Like think of what they made on the Xbox 360. They made
That tabletop tennis game, man.
Tabletop
Nobody
Tennis
made.
was awesome. That game is awesome. GTA 4, 5, Tabletop Tennis, right?
Bully. Bully was an awesome game.
Was Bully 360? That
Bully.
was PS2, wasn't it? PS2.
It was PS2, but it was also ported to the 360. It was like
Okay.
a early launch-ish release on 360, I believe.
But Red Dead, how many did they have? I know Max Payne 3 is a 360 game. Was 2 a 360 game? Or was all of them? No.
No, it was backwards compatible, but
Okay.
Rockstar didn't make the first two. That
No,
was
okay. Yeah.
Remedy.
Remedy. Okay. But yeah, they had 3. they probably had like put out like 5 games there on the 360, right?
Yeah, nothing extremely different except for that tabletop tennis game, but they were putting out.
I mean, that's not even counting those though, like the Midnight Club games either. So
Yeah, and they might have had some other stuff that I might have forgotten about that
right,
didn't.
but
So
like they put out 1 game this past gen.
yeah, yeah. And
Crazy.
what are we getting now? We're getting remasters that are terrible.
Right.
Those GTA remasters that were bad.
I believe they
I
fixed it
got
kind
those.
of or so maybe. So I don't know.
Yeah, they're still hard to go back and play though,
They
just
are,
because
yeah, just 'cause the controls and
they.
stuff.
Yeah, I did not play the first one. The first one was really bad with the rain physics. Like it
Oh, do you
was.
remember it was like raining in the garage or something like that? I remember seeing videos of something like.
Yeah, it was just gross looking.
Yeah,
So I haven't tried that to see if they fixed that yet. I should. I should give that a
I
shot.
think they did kind of fix them, but
Still too hard to go back and play. But yeah, all they're doing that, and then what are we gonna get later on? Maybe next year, the Red Dead Redemption remake
yeah, we might as well just talk about that now since we're on
or
Rockstar. Yeah, what did they?
remaster.
Yeah, it's a remake remaster. I think it's basically supposed to be done in a Red Dead 2 engine, but am I? You played Red Dead 2, right? You played both of them, correct?
Yes, I beat Red Dead Redemption. I've not beaten 2.
So like part of 2 I think takes place in a big area that was in the original, I think.
I didn't make it that far. I got
Okay.
distracted by hunting. I wandered off into the woods.
But
Arthur Morgan just wandered off into the woods and started hunting animals and never stopped.
I think the end part of the game takes place where in some of where the original game is. So like they've got a lot of it, some of it done already. So it makes sense to redo that. But I'm like shocked. I'm hoping that like this is like people have said the Outlaw bundle or something like that. So bundle like a PS5 series version of Red Dead 2 with the remake or remaster. I wouldn't
That
mind playing both of
would
those
be
games
nice.
again. I'm surprised they haven't like made like a 60 frames per second patch or even re-released it, or like, here's a $10 upgrade, or if you own the game or whatever. Because I would honestly wouldn't go back and play that if it was like even it was just like PC specs on PS5.
Which is probably what it would be, even
Right.
when they release the
Yeah.
upgraded version. Would just be the PC version with the frame rate locked at 60.
Right. Right. Because that game is awesome. I mean, I think the controls are kind of Rockstar's controls kind of suck, but I mean,
Once you get used to them and you're in the game, they're all
yeah,
right. But
yeah,
when you, or if you step away from the game for a while and go back, it's a little hard to get back into it.
right.
You wind up pulling your gun and shooting it in town, and then you're suddenly a wanted man. Like, God damn
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Or
This
like
is
you have
not
to
what I
keep
wanted.
smashing like the X button or whatever it is on Xbox. Is it B or A? One of the two to run. It's so stupid. It's like, come on, guys.
I hate
Imagine if
button
that game
mashing.
controlled good. Imagine if Rockstar made a game that actually controlled good. How great their games would be. Even better.
Or just wasn't as wonky as it
Yeah,
is.
it's
Take
super
out the
wonky.
wonk.
Yeah, I'm hoping GTA 6 actually controls like a modern third-person perspective game.
Do like they did with The Witcher 3. Go back and just fix it where you don't have that stupid momentum.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah,
Because Rockstar's
they
games
have
have
those. They have that momentum. Yeah,
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 you move your character and you keep moving even after you stop.
right.
Games should not have that. We don't need to be that realistic, damn it.
No, we don't. No. So
But
yeah,
yeah, hopefully
I'm excited for the Red Dead remake remaster. I've only played a little bit of the first one on Xbox backwards compatibility, whatever the X enhanced version.
really.
Yeah, I didn't beat I mean, it's only probably like a couple hours, really.
Oh, that
I never
game's so
originally played
good.
it on 360. I beat Red Dead 2, and like that's like maybe like one of my top 5 games of last gen. But
I had a hard time staying in Red Dead 2 because Red Dead 2 is the prequel to the first game. And the ending was spoiled for me in some video, which is why my Arthur Morgan just was hunting in the woods because
uh,
just getting out into the woods in that game was so much fun.
yeah,
Because the mission structure wasn't all that fantastic when you would be doing something and it would tell you, all right, sneak around and get these guys. And if you snuck a little too far, mission failed.
right, yeah,
that was kind of that always took me out of that game. But
I actually
it was
stopped. I think I stopped like midway through it and took like a few month break, maybe like 6 month break. Came back and got hooked on it and went and finished the whole game. Went the second half of the game and beat it.
if they do re-release that remaster in the next year, I will go back and beat 2 since it's a prequel to 1, so I could just roll right into that one with the story fresh on my mind and see. They're probably going to tighten up the storyline a little bit more since they're remaking it completely and have it flow better
Yeah.
storyline wise. So that will be interesting to see.
So other than a bad game, Ubisoft games, what other bad sixes and sevens did you play this week?
I wouldn't call this a 6 or 7. This might be an 8 or a 9. Octopath Traveler 2. I booted that up and tried it for about an hour.
What?
Yeah. It's more
Wow.
Octopath Traveler, so it's good.
PC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not on my priority list, so I'm not going to go too much further into it. I just wanted to try it out.
You just
I
wanted to
just love the way the
benchmark it. What'd you get for frames on there?
I got like 175
Nice. Oh God.
with ray tracing on. No, I wasn't doing any of that sort of stuff.
Okay.
I just wanted to see how it overall looked because I really like the look of Octopath Traveler. I like that
2D
the
HD.
PlayStation, yeah, that PlayStation era where they were still using sprites in some games, but like your backgrounds and towns and stuff like that were 3D and you could rotate the camera and you could see the. Unfortunately, Octopath Traveler doesn't have a rotating camera. How cool would that be
Yeah.
to rotate the camera? But yeah, I just wanted to take a look and see how it looked, and it looks fantastic, and it plays as good as the first one. Really good.
Did you get that in
And
a Steam sale or something this week?
I got it super cheap because it came in a bundle with some game that I may never play
Okay.
because it's not supposed to be very good. And it seems that Square Enix is bundling this game with everything. Because I
Mm.
bought another game that is how I originally got this game was in another bundle, but I bought it for. Actually, it was the tactics game that the Octopath Traveler devs made. What the hell was that game called?
Oh, uh,
It's on the tip of my tongue.
the
It's
one
gonna
that was
drive me
just
nuts.
released.
Yeah, like a
Yeah, it
year and a
was like a
half.
tactics, some tactics. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what
Yeah,
you're
I'll
talking
find it.
about.
Triangle Strategy.
Triangle strategy. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted that game, and it came in that. And then when I was looking at Octopath Traveler 2, I got an extra discount because I already own this other game, and so it became super cheap. And I was like, good deal. And that other game is Various Day Life.
What the hell is
I don't know
that?
if you ever heard that.
No.
I don't know. It's supposed to be really bad though.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'm looking at the Steam reviews on it, and they're all mostly negative.
They're all mostly not good.
Yeah, it does not sound great. Maybe I'll give it a chance one day, but not now. But yeah, Octopath Traveler 2, good time.
Cool.
Can't wait to get back to that. And then I went on a FMV binge a little bit here.
Yeah.
I wound up playing The Seventh Guest a little bit, except that crashed on me, and I was like, oh, bummer.
Mm,
You know what FMV is, right?
no.
You console gamer?
Uh, full
You gotta
motion
take a.
video.
Yes.
Faster.
Yes.
Oh no, that's FTL. Faster than light. What is FMV? I don't know.
Uh, Made extremely popular and did really well on the Sega CD. That's when they took real actors and shot scenes with them. They were mostly like, I'm joking by the way. It was not popular at all. And FMV games are kind of niche. It's the games where there's live action
Oh yeah. Okay. All
characters,
right.
the
Yeah.
heroes,
Oh,
the
it was
sprites.
FMV game. Okay. I thought it was the name of a game or something.
No, no.
Okay.
It's the Seventh Guest is one of those. So like as you're interacting with stuff, there will be like digitized real people in the scenery and stuff that you can interact with and talk to. But I wound up playing Blade Runner, the Enhanced Edition, which is on consoles, and this game is really cool. If you like Blade Runner, this is going to be my Rebel recommends for the week.
Okay. There we go.
Blade Runner, the Enhanced Edition.
All right.
And from there, I got a lot. I
Ooh.
really didn't play anything too long though.
Okay.
I played some Grand Blue Fantasy. Have you heard of that?
Yes.
That's actually really good, and it looks really good. And the reason it looks really good is because it uses the Arc System Works that Dragon Ball Z fighting game uses, as well as the Guilty Gear games. And man, do those games look fantastic.
Okay.
Have you
And
played
that's
any of those?
no, not no. Is the Grant Blues an RPG, right?
No,
Oh, is
there's
it a
supposed
fighting
to be an
game?
RPG coming out. It's a fighting game. It's a
Okay,
2D
yeah,
fighting
all
game.
right.
Just like Dragon Ball Fighter
Z, yeah.
Z,
Fighters Z.
and the modern Guilty Gear games.
Yeah.
So it's 2D and it looks like hand drawn, but then when your characters do specific actions, it'll rotate and go 3D. Like I wish they would use this game engine to make a real like either side-scrolling or 3D action game, not just a fighting game, because it just looks so cool. If you have not played one of these, you gotta play it and see it in motion.
Okay,
Super cool.
I'm not into the Dragon Ball Z thing, so
It's a fighting game. You don't have to be in a Dragon Ball Z to enjoy a fighting game. You like your Street Fighter 6, don't you?
yeah, but I have hardly played that, and I still have Mortal Kombat, so
That's true. And we got Mortal Kombat 1 coming at the end of the year, which keeps looking better and better.
I'm
And
looking. I'm looking at my Bokoblin amiibo, and it says 6+. So does that mean if I'm a 41-year-old man can use this?
I do believe you are too old and you should return it. It's a choking hazard
Right. Okay, so
for
what else?
old
I'm
men like
sorry.
you.
What else did you get into?
Played this roguelite. I don't know. It's a rogue game.
Okay.
Black Future 88. Kind of cool.
All right.
It plays kind of like a Contra game. Side scrolling, shoot 'em up. If you die, you start at the beginning again. And yeah, nothing much to say about that. And I finally beat. Well, no, that's wrong. I've beaten the game before, but this was on the Turbo Duo. Yeast or Wise.
Wise.
Book 1.
Okay.
Yeast.
I have no knowledge of the Ease franchise. None whatsoever.
It's a RPG, but you don't like fight. You battle by walking your character into enemies, and you do damage. It's got a killer soundtrack to it. The Turbo Duo version does, and I was playing the Steam version, which is called Yeast Book 1 and 2 Chronicles, which is not a remaster, just like a port of a PlayStation 2 version, along with I want to say it was PSP, the PSP version, which like upgrades the visuals, and it looks really good. The game's a little difficult because the final dungeon is like 25 floors and it's a freaking maze. But I've beaten it on the Turbo Duo, and I finally beaten it. I've owned it. This might have been the first Steam game I ever bought. Actually, was Yeast, and I finally beat it over the weekend. I was near the end, anyways. I just went back in, and I was like, you know what? I'm an old man now. I'm going to look up a strategy guide and get a map of this damn maze because I was in the maze. That's where I gave up. And so I completed book 1, started book 2.
Nice.
I recommend that game as well. That's a really good game. But the only place I think you could play it now is Steam. I don't think it's on PlayStation or anything like that.
Darn. I guess I won't be playing it.
Too bad. You're missing out, man.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I did play something that I know you own and you would be into. I booted up the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection.
Awesome, that game.
I played all the way through that first arcade game.
Yep. The
Start to finish.
Arcade one or the NES version?
The arcade, the original arcade.
All right.
Not the NES. Oh man, I don't know if I'm gonna do that one.
Yeah, because they're
water
different.
level's so freaking hard.
Yeah, they're different. There's a couple extra, or there's I think 1 or 2 extra levels in the NES version.
Oh, you're talking about the NES arcade version?
Yes,
yeah, I've never played that.
Oh yeah, the NES arcade version. Yeah.
I will have to give that one a shot. I was going to jump to the next the second arcade game next, what was that called? Turtles in Time, I think.
Yes, one of my favorites. Love that game.
Yeah, that's phenomenal.
That collection's so awesome. I love it.
It is. We need more collections like that.
Yeah, the NES games are really good, except for that first one. It's tough, dog shit.
Yep.
But I want to go. I
Unfair.
actually want to go back and beat it because you can. I think there's save states in there, so I'd like to go back there and beat that. I never got. I don't think. I think I did get past the water level once, but I had like one guy left, and that was and I don't think I made it past that level or the next.
I
level.
made it. I actually owned it on Nintendo.
Yeah.
I own the cartridge. I still have the cartridge somewhere
Do you?
in storage with the rest of my legally owned
Yeah. So
video
cool.
games.
Yeah. Sure.
But I did own it. I did make it past the crappy ass water level multiple times, and I made it up to the Terrordrome, and that's where I always died.
Technodrome. Yeah.
Yeah, Technodrome. Thank you.
I never even got to the Technodrome in that game.
Yeah, I don't recommend it. That game's way too hard.
And that's cool that I think Genesis has the like Turtles, the Hyperstone heist, which is basically Turtles in Time remixed a little bit.
Yeah, some extra levels.
Yeah, extra and different levels.
Some levels are missing too, I think.
Right.
From the arcade.
Yeah. And then Turtles 3 is pretty decent on there. The Manhattan Project for NES.
Fighting games are shit. Don't play those fighting games.
No, I wouldn't play those. I'm talking about the Turtles 3, the Manhattan Project on NES. That's another.
Though I do want to give the Game Boy games on there a chance.
Game Boy
Never
game.
got to play those.
I had the original Game Boy game and beat it. I love that game. It's super easy, but and then the second and third ones I never played. I did try them out for a few minutes on this one, but they seemed okay.
Good collection.
Something I need
Well
to
worth
get
the
back
money.
to that for sure, definitely.
Yeah, you need to stream yourself playing through the Nintendo.
No,
Teenage Mutant Ninja
no,
Turtles, the
God,
first
no.
game.
God, no.
Want to see how much you rage quit?
Let's see. I see my Shredder's Revenge. Where is my Cowabunga collection? My kids.
Shredder's Revenge is really good too.
Yeah,
you're gonna get that DLC
coming.
as it comes up.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's only gonna be like $2.99 or something like that, so it's a good price.
Oh wow, nice. That is pretty good. Damn, I don't know where my Cowabunga collection is. Might have to go. I'm not gonna say it on stream.
Might have to go kick open some doors.
Yeah, definitely for sure. It's probably hidden somewhere. Damn kids. I played Final Fantasy 16 and Zelda this week. Those are the only two games I played, other than Splatoon. We don't need to talk about that. Final Fantasy 16, I did get past the Titan fight because I know you were wanting me to get to there for last podcast, and I didn't. But I did beat the Titan fight, and that was a long ass fight.
It was really cool, but it was a tad too long.
Yeah, you know what? It felt like if you've ever played Platinum games, that felt like a Platinum Games final boss. Because the final
100%.
bosses have like 5 different forms. And it's like, all right, we're at the end. No, we're not. Oh, we're at the end. That was it. No, we're not. Yeah, totally. And I know
Okay, this
Platinum
is
did
really
help
the
on this
end.
game.
No, it's not.
Yeah, Platinum did help out on this game, so I wonder if they like did like that boss fight or something. Because it totally felt like them.
You want our help? No, this boss has to be like this.
Yeah, and then when you turn it to Ifrit, and he's like the part where he's running up the arms, it felt like a Sonic the Hedgehog game, and I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm like, this is wild. I mean, it was cool.
I like that part, but that part also went on way too long.
Right? Yeah, totally.
Like if you didn't have to do it like 4 times, like
Yeah.
you had to,
Right.
or 6, however long it was. That would have been way cooler if you only had to do it like 2, maybe 3 times to progress the fight. Yeah, fine, but not as much as it is.
Right. It was super long, way too long. But I mean, I enjoyed it. But then you have the problem with that game, though, is like once, all right, that's done, then you go back to the base, and then you got to do the boring stuff again, and it's like, oh man, I had to, you got to go do like a fetch quest for that girl mid. And then it's like, oh man, all right, well we're bad. We're not. Let's get back to the exciting stuff. So I think I'm hopefully about to start hitting the exciting stuff again.
Me too, because I did do a bunch of that stuff that you're talking about, and then I kind of stopped. I think I'm right before the next story moment,
I hope,
and that's where I left off.
I hope so.
And part of the reason I fell off is just because of those side quests, because they're just so boring and
Right, but I mean,
lame.
like this part right here, the main quests you're doing are like side quests. They're very kind of boring.
It's a forced
So
side
yeah,
quest.
right, yeah, totally. So it's like, oh, yeah, it has a lot of highs, and then it gets back down where it's kind of boring, and it's like, all right, you after 30 hours, you know where you're gonna be hitting, and it's like, all right, man, and I'm kind of don't want to turn this on because I know what I'm gonna be doing here for the next hour or so, and it's just gonna be running around doing nothing interesting and fun. So
Yeah, maybe I'll I don't know. I'm what, like 66% through the game. Maybe I'll get closer to the end of the game this weekend.
yeah, I think I'm like 59 basically, and that's where I stopped. I didn't play it since last weekend. I think when I did the Titan fight, but I'm hoping to get back to it this weekend.
Yeah, me too. I still enjoy it. The side quests are lame, but it's still an awesome game.
It is, yeah, totally. It's not going to be
We're,
in my top 3 game of the year probably this year, more than likely.
at the start when we very first started that game, it could have been,
Right,
but then the minute they started introducing those side quests, and yeah, you don't have to do the side
right.
quests, but
I feel like I have to though.
yeah, 'cause what
Right.
am I going to miss if I don't
I
do them?
know. I know. The hunts are good. The hunts are pretty good. They're actually tough. Some of them are challenging.
Yeah, I got to some that were a little bit tougher, especially right where you're at. There's one where you have to fight multiple mobs at once before the boss even shows himself. The
Oh,
hunt,
okay.
the guy you're hunting, the thing you're hunting,
Yeah.
to avoid
I think
spoilers.
I did a couple. I think one or two of the A's, and yeah, I blew through all my potions to beat it, and I just barely beat it without dying. So,
Yeah, and they're kind of
those are
interesting
good.
monsters too.
Yeah,
Well, they're
totally.
probably going to repeat these monsters later in the game because some of them it's like you haven't seen this monster before, but I feel like they're going to be like, okay, now you're at the end of the game, you're going to see this monster a lot more.
Yeah,
Because otherwise, it's a whole lot of fighting crabs and bison and
right.
tigers.
I'm interested and excited to see where the story goes, and hopefully wrap it up here soon.
Yeah, yeah, I got to do it before vacation.
But yesterday I did and finished the Master Sword quest in Zelda, and it was chef kiss. Excellent.
Nice.
Yeah.
The last time I played, I found out where the sword was,
Okay.
and that was super interesting.
So you did the thing in the sky.
I just know where the sword is because of one of the flashbacks.
Okay. All right. Okay. So no, you didn't.
And I ran into Princess Zelda, so I know where she is and what she's doing,
Okay.
and that she has the sword.
But do you have the actual Master Sword quest on your log?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right.
No, because I still got to go to what's that forest above Hyrule Castle? I got to go
The
there, and that will start it, I believe.
the Korok Forest. Yeah. Yes, there's a possibility I'm interested to see. You could miss out on like a whole thing, the beginning of that quest. Because if you go there, you're gonna be like in the middle of it. I'm wondering how that works. We're gonna work out. Because I just
Yeah,
stumbled upon like this area that led to that quest. It's a whole interesting thing. I would say look to the skies and look southeast. That's what I'm gonna
uh,
tell you.
you know what? If my Switch wasn't halfway across the room, I would be able to turn on and tell you if I do have the quest or not.
But
Because I'm not sure. Because like I've been all over the goddamn
right,
world already. I could pretty much get anywhere in an instant if I need to. Because I've got almost all the fast travel locations unlocked, and
yeah. I have all of the sky temples or whatever they're called, the sky towers, sky view towers or whatever, all unlocked. I think I have
that
like
was the first thing I did.
95 shrines I think completed.
Oh, I think you're further than me on shrines now.
Yeah, I'm like 120, or I think 105 or 120 hours, I think, and like 95 shrines, 5 batteries, full batteries, a lot of costumes, and yeah, all I have
You know what
left
the
is Goron
downside
City.
is to exploring the world like I did? You remember the locate Princess Zelda quests that you get from the newspaper?
Yes.
So I have a couple of those still active, and I'm trying to complete those because I want that that armor you get from it, so I could
Yeah.
climb up something wet.
Yeah.
That's what she said.
I have one of them, I
Um,
think. I think I have one of the armor pieces.
yeah, I got one of them too, and I've got the quests in my log, but since I just grabbed them and ran, I don't remember what I'm supposed to be doing in some of them because when I go back there, it I don't have the direction that it gave me the first time I activated the quest. Am I making sense here?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Like I go back there and I have the quest marker, and the quest marker is just telling me to talk to a guy that's like, "Oh yeah, we're missing this. Too bad." And
Yeah, it's because
then
you're
it's like,
playing the
"Oh
game wrong.
crap!"
You're playing the game wrong.
Yeah,
For sure.
run.
For sure, you're playing it wrong. Uh, the game's phenomenal. I absolutely love it. It's going to be in my short list of favorite games of all time. I just absolutely love it. I got like half the depths complete. I think there's some awesome stuff
Game of the
down
year.
there.
Mr. FusionCast says it here.
Yeah, I don't. It's gonna be tough. I look at like Starfield, and I'm hoping that it shares a lot of what this game does. It has a good story because this game has a good story, but it has like a really interesting world that you can do whatever you want to in. Really,
I
that
think it's
really
going to do that.
focuses on
I
gameplay.
don't have faith in the story though.
Yeah.
Because I've heard snippets of the story and it sounds very generic.
Okay. We'll see.
Not worthwhile
Right.
to me.
Yeah, I got all the tiers too. The tiers are awesome. The story, yeah, man, this story is so good.
It is, and you could totally miss a lot of the story just by completing the
Yeah.
temples and then going straight to the end.
Right. Yeah. Totally. I got to get to this game and finish it here soon. So, that's Zelda. Yeah, it's great. Love it.
That's going to be my vacation game.
Yeah. So we got a bit of breaking news within the past hour here. So, Xbox, they had the whole FTC thing, yada, yada, and the judge denied the FTC's injunction to basically stop them from closing. The FTC appealed, and within the past hour, that was denied. So, Xbox is basically going to close this weekend on Activision Blizzard. They already filed like the paperwork kind of to take Activision Blizzard off of the NASDAQ Top 100. So, yeah, you could see them close like first thing Monday morning, basically. And I don't know what. It's interesting to see what happens with the CMA. I think they're just going to be like, okay, here, we either make a deal or we don't, whatever. We're doing without you, basically. So, because they had to do it by the 18th or else the deal that's in the deal ended. And our Bobby Kotick already said that they're not going to extend the deal or renegotiate. So, it was either now or never. So, they're just like forcing it through, basically.
You think he wanted the deal to fall through so he could keep his job? Because he's gone, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's gone, but he's going to get like a huge fat buyout bonus basically when he's gone.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yes. So I mean, he's getting
golden
paid.
Parachute.
He's getting the golden parachute. He's getting paid regardless. But I don't know. I think he sounded almost when he was testifying like he kind of wanted it to fall through.
That way he gets to keep his job and keep making money.
And they get a $3 billion for basically doing nothing from Microsoft.
Yeah, a lot of which would probably have gone into his pocket.
Right, yeah, totally. So, I mean, it's kind of a win-win either way, really, for him.
Yeah.
So.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, but, yeah, it'll be interesting here. This is going to close, and then we'll see what happens here. Hopefully they throw Diablo 4 on Game Pass sometime soon, within the next couple months.
Not this year.
No?
I doubt it.
You don't think so?
No. Maybe like a Christmas surprise, like a holiday surprise.
Yeah, maybe.
There's got to be contracts already in place for Diablo, right? For Sony and stuff like that might prevent them from just tossing the IP on there right away.
The marketing rights with Xbox, so I doubt they have a contract with Sony, really, with that. Usually Sony has those contracts for games that are they market, but I don't think they would have that for something that Xbox has the marketing on.
I don't know. I didn't have a good example. I just thought that maybe it might be too
Like
soon.
Call of Duty, they can't, but
Right.
so
But it doesn't matter anyways because I already own it.
yeah, you do.
To me.
Right. So yeah, we'll see. Call of Duty can't go to Game Pass first day one until 2025 because that's when their deal is up with Sony. So
How long did it take them to drop all the Bethesda stuff onto Game Pass once they bought them?
I think like it was maybe the month or two after the deal officially closed. So they're closing on the deal, but I don't know if it's like a final like closing this week or whatever. So I don't know how that works, but
Okay, so yeah, maybe October or November.
yeah, maybe October, November. You see the big Game Pass thing where they have all these Call of Duties basically that are back compatible, and boom.
Yeah,
Game
and you'll
Pass.
definitely see stuff like Diablo 3 and Diablo 2 on there.
Right. I mean, obviously they're probably going to space it out a little bit, some of that stuff, so it makes sense.
Yeah. Crash Bandicoot, Spyro.
Might be time for
That's
me to buy an
easy adds to
Xbox
Game
again.
Pass. I told you not to sell yours, man.
They had. Did you see the Series S hit? Amazon had it refurbished for $200 on Prime Day.
Yeah,
I
you
thought
sent
about
me a
it.
text. And I was like, I don't buy used systems. You don't know how many
Oh yeah,
cockroaches
that's
are
right.
living in that thing.
No, but I sent you the text for the Steam Deck. That wasn't about that, was it?
If you didn't send it to me, somebody else did.
Right. I mean, you did say that same thing, but you're weirdo.
Yeah.
But whatever.
What, man? I don't want somebody else's gunk in my house. Buy brand new. Brand new or no, not at all.
The
Let's,
Activision thing isn't super interesting to me for maybe at least like half a decade, maybe when they start getting the ball rolling, maybe get some of these other franchises. I mean, because they're not going to be instantly starting to work on these dormant IP. Like, I mean, they own Crash Bandicoot, they own Spyro, they own, or at least for mascots,
there's
that
a
would be the
lot.
way to. There's a lot, but like if you think about it now, the Call of Duty machine, people that think that like that's going to slow down, that's 100% not going to slow down because they
Not going to slow
at
down,
all.
and
They have to make.
that's
They just spent $80 billion. Like there's Microsoft CFO in the court was like this deal has to make money instantly. It can't be like a loss leader basically, or like they spent a lot of money for this one. This is like the biggest tech deal ever. So like this one has to make money. They're not gonna like do slow down COD. That's got to be a yearly thing. That's a Game Pass.
it's already
driver.
a train on the tracks going
Yes,
full steam. They're not
right.
going to stop it.
They're not pulling these. They're not pulling these teams that are on it off of it.
Nope.
They might, because I mean, you know, if they're gonna make this COD for Switch, that's gonna require more developers than they already currently have.
Oh, these games are graphically impressive now too.
Or not
I
for
don't
Switch.
know
For Switch
when I
2.
keep reading that.
For Switch 2, the next Switch, obviously. So
Yeah, but they're not saying that in court because Nintendo's not going to be coming out and saying, "Okay, yeah, we got a Switch 2 in the works, and
right.
yeah, we'll take Modern Warfare on there." No,
Yeah,
they're not
yeah.
gonna.
I mean, whatever. If it's Call of
They're
Duty
saying the
Mobile or
Switch, and I'm sitting
Warzone.
there thinking like Modern Warfare on the Switch probably will be one of those cloud games.
No, I think they just said in court that it wasn't going to be a cloud game.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, then it will be a very ugly Modern Warfare.
Well, I mean, you're talking the next hardware. It won't be like if this deal closes now. I think in the court it came out that when Microsoft made this deal with Nintendo, they had not even talked to a single person at Activision about like making that for Switch, how much it would manpower would take, if it was possible, blah 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 blah. So this is totally a next generation Nintendo deal. But you're gonna have to get a whole new team to bring whatever Call of Duty game you're gonna put on there over, because it's probably gonna require.
Yeah, no, I agree with
it's
you,
gonna
but the courts
require a
aren't seeing it
different.
that way. The courts are seeing it as coming to the Switch.
Right,
The
but
current
that's wrong.
Switch.
That's not gonna happen. So
No, I hope not, because like I was saying, it would be a very ugly Modern Warfare.
yeah, it's gonna require. It's like, remember how Call of Duty was on the Wii? Like it was its own version basically. So this is what this is gonna have to be.
Yeah,
And we don't still don't
exactly.
even know what Call of Duty it's going to be. Is it going to be Warzone or like Warzone Mobile, or if it's going to be like their full fledged yearly uh, Call of Duty with campaign and multiplayer? We still don't know that.
It's going to be a top-down game like
Right.
that Game Boy Advance Call of Duty.
Yes. So
That
yeah, I
would be
mean
kind of cool.
they're gonna have to hire more for to any of this stuff to
A whole new
anything.
studio to do to that port, probably.
Right, but I'm talking about even for like for the dormant IP, they're gonna have to acquire more studios or build more studios to
Or
bring that stuff in there.
or they do the Konami thing and they just license out this old IP.
That too, because they own it now, so they might. Yeah, you could do that.
And they might not care about some of the stuff appearing on Sony or Nintendo, like Skylanders.
Right,
Somebody
totally.
make a new
Yeah,
Skylanders game.
yeah,
I'm sitting here looking at the IPs now that they own. Tenchu. They own Tenchu.
yeah.
Make a new Tenchu game. That game was cool.
More
True
partnership
crime.
with FromSoft for another FromSoft game.
Yeah, what would that be though?
Didn't they make they made the ninja or samurai ninja game or whatever? What was the one that they made recently
Oh,
before
you're
Elden
thinking
Ring?
of the one that
Sekiro.
failed
Sekiro.
horribly.
No, Sekiro
Oh no, okay, yeah, Sekiro they made,
is
but I was thinking
is a
of
FromSoft Activision game.
there's another FromSoft Ninja game, Ninja Blade.
Oh,
It was
okay.
PS3 and Xbox
No,
360. It
I'm not
was
going that
a,
far
a
back.
broken mess.
No, I'm not going that far back. So yeah, it's gonna
Or
take like years before the ball gets rolling on any of this stuff. I feel like the ball has maybe just started moving for the Bethesda purchase, basically, not rolling, moving, and we're like 2 years removed from that. So
yeah, we're gonna continue to see the same stuff that Activision has been doing because it's already in the
yep,
works. All those studios are going to be doing the same thing still. It
this
just
is a next generation play, really, because the next time that Xbox can put a box in the stores that says Xbox Call of Duty, a system, is 2025, and the generation is basically almost over with by then.
yep.
So it's basically a next gen, and it's a future play. Although maybe
That's what it
towards
was
the
the
end
whole
of the
time though.
generation, yeah, totally, 100%, 100%, I agree. I mean, at least towards the end of the generation, they could start to maybe change some of that mind share a little bit. Uh, but yeah, I mean, the stuff that we're interested in probably won't happen until maybe beginning next gen or end of
Hell,
this
the stuff
gen.
I'm interested in will never happen.
Yeah, right. Totally.
Like a new Gabriel Knight game. Come on, make one of those.
Right. Honestly, dude, if I
Bring
was, I think I might laugh about Bobby Kotick, but like, as soon as this deal closed, if I was Xbox, I'd have Phil's stuff on the security, get all his stuff in boxes, and put it on the street, and Bobby would be leading Xbox gaming because I mean he gets stuff done. Uh,
Oh, I definitely would have to sell my Xbox then though. That guy is evil.
he is, but he gets stuff done.
Does he though? I mean, like he's
Yeah.
not the one making the games or anything like
No, but
that.
you don't see their Call of Duty doesn't get delayed any year. Never gets delayed. Comes out every year.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Every year. What does it mean to be?
All right,
What does the game need? What do we have to do to get it out? All right, let's do it.
but
Plus
then every
some.
game will have even more microtransactions.
Yeah. I think that's inevitable. Anyways, it's already here.
Yeah,
It's already
that's true.
here. But
You know what Xbox needs to do? As soon as they get this IP, and if they make this game, I need money for it, right? Because it's the idea is here right now. Tetris 99, but with Candy Crush.
oh, that's interesting. Yeah, interesting.
I would play that on Xbox.
You know what they should have done as soon as they got acquired Bethesda, they were like, okay, Todd Howard, you guys are working on Starfield, then Elder Scrolls is next, so that means like the next Fallout game's like 15 years away, right? Okay, what's it? Who is
Evil
making?
Within, guys.
No, who is the ones that are making Outer Worlds?
Oh, that's Obsidian.
Obsidian. Okay, yeah, you guys are making the next Fallout. Let's go.
Oh, hell yeah! Make a sequel
Right,
to
New
Fallout
Vegas.
New Vegas,
Yep. We
the
can't
best
go
3D
that long
Fallout game.
without having a Fallout. We're starting to make another team that is making Fallouts, and another one. You guys can make your Skyrim after this, and yeah,
So you want them to get on a schedule like Call of Duty, but with Elder Scrolls, Fallout, and Starfield. Just rotate one of those every year.
not every year. I mean, because it's impossible. So like every 5 years, or every 3 years, maybe. Every 3 to 5 years, we got to have a new Skyrim, Fallout, and whatever this one is, Starfield. Yeah.
And Evil Within.
And Evil Within, that is a very highly underrated game, but Shinji Mikami did leave though. So
Yeah, he did, which is unfortunate because
yep.
those games would not be those games without him.
No, those are awesome games, highly underrated.
Yeah, two's better than one.
Really, you think two is better than one?
Yeah, because one got really awkward with the invisible enemies and having to court that. The letterbox was weird. I mean, I don't have that problem because I'm playing on PC and now it's gone. But yeah, the first one was just, I don't know. It was smoother for the sequel.
Okay, I was always a fan. I think I like the first one better. I think.
I'm gonna stick with the sequel just because
Okay.
it's a smoother game all around. I
Okay,
think.
you do that. You do that.
Yeah, I'm going to.
But yeah, Xbox. It's a big get for them. I'm sure that there'll be another Xbox in my future sometime. Unfortunately,
It
and I'll
is.
sell it.
Xbox.
I'm gonna sell it
Make
again
new
too.
DJ Hero.
There's gonna be another Xbox in my future, and I'm gonna sell it again. When I get mad at them the next time.
You know what? Xbox needs to make a new DJ Hero, like I just said, but they need to make the peripheral look just like the Xbox Series S because it already looks like one of those controllers.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I think the last topic I had here. Oh no, there's one more. While we're on the subject of Xbox, did you see their recording of voice chat to report bad behavior?
Yeah, that's just.
Did you see that? It's a what the hell? Let's see.
I did not see that, but that just sounds all sorts of wrong
Right.
to begin with.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it up here. There we go. Okay. Talk amongst yourself. So yeah, it's kind of like you think you can record like the last 60 seconds of like, okay, enhancing player well-being and safety is always a priority. We're adding voice reporting to our Xbox safety features, giving you the means to capture and report inappropriate voice activity on any multiplayer game with in-game voice chat.
Okay, that does not sound as bad as the way you sent it to me. Because if you're threatening me and I'm able to record you, that's one thing. But if Microsoft is just doing that to everyone and recording everyone's conversation, I would never use Microsoft's voice chat again, especially since you're able to use Discord on their system.
So here, this is from Xbox's website. Step 1, capture. Save a voice clip if someone is violating the Xbox community standards. You can capture the clip and report it later. Step 2, report, submit the voice clip, and describe your experience in your own words. Step 3, game on. Xbox will review your report and notify you with a decision. That sounds more like what I described.
How big of a waste of time is it really going to be, though? Oh, he called me a bad name.
Right.
Like, come on. Just mute people. Right?
Yeah.
It's good to have in place for the people that are like, I'm going to come to your house and murder you in your sleep. That's a good reason to have it for that type of stuff. But it's just going to wind up being a bunch of people saying, "Oh, he's cheating. He shot me through the wall, and he called me a bad name."
Yeah.
He called me a mama's boy.
Right. I mean, I think it's a good idea to have this stuff in place. You need. I mean, man, back in like the Xbox 360 days, it was bad.
Yeah,
I honestly
remember how they would keep track and give you like a little report on.
Yeah, right. You have like a score, like a
your
credit score or
rating.
something. Yeah, your rating, multiplayer gamer rating or
Yeah,
something.
mine was like 70%. You know why?
Because you're
Halo
racist.
3. No. Halo 3 and murdering, well, can I say that on YouTube? Uh, defeating with a virtual weapon 12-year-olds.
Oh,
And that system got abused there,
right.
you know?
It
People didn't like you killing them in game.
and so
I'm
they would
doing air
report
quotes.
you. Report you.
And they would report you trying to bring
Right.
down your score.
Right.
Ultimately, that wound up not mattering at all.
Right. Oh yeah,
But
because it was the thing, and then
companies
they're
are
like
now,
they're gonna just group you with bad people if if you have a low score, you're gonna get grouped with lowest score people.
yeah,
That
I
was
don't
the
think that ever
idea
actually
of it.
worked right.
Yeah, right. Uh,
But now it's a little bit more sinister where they could say, oh, you did a bad thing, and now we're locking you out of your Xbox account forever.
right. I mean, it sound. This is a great sounding concept, but slippery slopes. But just don't be an a-hole, I guess. Online I mean, you should be good, but because
Or
it's a
mute.
voice record
You have the
thing.
ability to mute people. Just mute them.
Right.
Or just
I just thought it
leave
was.
the game.
I just thought it
It's
was.
not that big of a deal.
Thought it was an interesting thing. I'm like, oh man, this sounds. You know, one person's hate speech is another person's.
Daily conversation.
Right. I don't know. I mean, what do you want? Xbox determining what is inappropriate speech. I mean,
I do not.
I do not, but I don't really play online with voice chat games anyway, so this wouldn't affect me at all. Also, I wouldn't be an ass and say shit. So
Neither do
that's why I
I. But
stay on Nintendo games.
how long before you get a new Xbox and we're sitting there playing Starfield 4 with co-op?
And I'm like, you
And
dumbass, and then you record me and send it into Xbox, and I lose everything.
not even that. How long before they just start listening in and then
Right.
they heard me call you a dumbass and they're like,
Right.
oh,
Oh, he's a bad person.
Rebel Blood, that's bad
Yeah.
behavior.
Yeah.
You're on warning. Time out. Go sit in the corner. You do it one more time, we're locking your account forever.
Yep. So like
And
playing on
everything
Nintendo
you
where
bought
there's
with
no voice
us
chat.
is, yeah.
This stuff's way
Or PC.
too sophisticated for Nintendo.
Nobody
so I don't have
voice
to worry
chats on
about that.
PC.
Yeah. You know what? Nobody in voice chats on like PlayStation or Xbox either.
No. I mean, Call of Duty, because I still see videos coming from Call of Duty where people are talking mad shit to each other.
Yeah, it's
So maybe
nowhere
that's
near.
why they're going through with it.
Most people play or voice chat in party chat when you're playing. So most people are in party chat anyway. So it's not like how lobbies used to be where it was full of people talking.
Right. Remember the 360 days
Yeah.
of voice chat where you'd be sitting there and you'd hear like people's babies crying in the background because they would just be playing a game with their headset on. They're not talking to you, just hear the baby crying.
Right.
Or you hear illicit drug deals going down in the background.
Yeah.
Or
All
some
kinds of
adult
bad stuff.
situations
Yeah.
happening
Yep.
in the background, and you're like, Jesus Christ. Oh, Uno. You remember, did you ever play Uno back in the day with that camera?
I didn't play Uno. I didn't have the camera.
There is a lot of
I'm sure there's a lot
rated
of crazy stuff. Rated
NC-17
yeah.
situations with that camera.
Totally.
One I can talk about on here, the guy was just sitting in front of a table just filled with drugs. Like, Jesus.
That's funny. That is
Just
too
playing
funny.
Uno for the world to see. And then there was other stuff.
EA announced, it was a studio that EA owns, announced that they are making an open world Black Panther game. What are your thoughts? Are you excited?
You sent me that, but I have not looked into it yet. What studio?
I have to
Did they
go look
name
and
the
see.
studio? Do we know what other games the studio made?
I think it was it's a new studio, and the head is like one of the leads on Shadow of Mordor, and there's team members that are Cliffhanger Games in Seattle. It's a new studio. Let's see, led by Kevin Stevens, Monolith Productions. Let's see,
You know that
accomplished talent with leaders from critically acclaimed and innovative action adventure Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor, along with veterans from Halo Infinite, God of War, Call of Duty, and others.
that style of game, Shadows of Mordor, could translate well to a Black Panther game.
Yep, totally.
The high speed running, you jump over a rock, you run faster. the climbing up high places and diving down on enemies,
Mm-hmm.
the fluid Arkham Asylum style combat. Yeah, that could be a good game.
Yeah, Shadow Mordor was awesome.
Yeah, it was. Did you ever beat the second one?
I did not. I don't even think I played the second one. That was
I
the
have
one
not
that
played
was
it.
like
I've owned it forever, but I've not beaten it.
I believe there was a lot of like tomfoolery with that one. That was like the start of like microtransaction, bad, dirty stuff going on out there, and I think it got kind of shit on for that.
Yeah, there was a couple, and
And
there
then
was
there
some
was, like-
situation where they were selling DLC for somebody that passed away while making the game. That was really awkward.
Yeah, and then there was like you used to have to like make Shadow of War, so you had to like make like an army or something like that, and
The Nemesis system, man.
yeah, the Nemesis system, and nobody copied that. Everybody thought they would, but nobody did.
Oh, that system's so awesome.
So basically, yeah, that could be yeah. If they had something like the Nemesis system in like a Black Panther game. Imagine like if you had all these, they never do. They never put all of the Marvel villains in these games, except for the Spider-Man. They'd get a whole bunch of them in there. But like, imagine if you had like a Nemesis system of like Marvel villains like coming after you or whatever.
And not even that, just like, well, yeah, that would be cool. I was thinking of like one of the big organizations like Hydra or something like that coming after you.
Yeah, something like that. That's cool. Set in Wakanda. So yeah, that's cool. They got Spider-Man, Wolverine, and EA's also making is making an Iron Man game. So we got Iron Man and Black Panther coming here in the next, this year.
Every Iron Man game is bad, just like every Superman game is bad.
Well, Anthem, they've got the blueprint from Anthem. Anthem was the best Iron Man game.
And that was the best Iron Man game ever made.
Yep. So
maybe there's hope.
Possibly.
We get that game and it's just Anthem, just with an Iron Man skin.
Yeah, totally. That'd be funny.
Co-op with Manowar.
Yeah. This is one I wanted to talk about real quick. Did you see that? How the Writers Guild is striking?
Oh, we're gonna have AI writing for video games now too, just like movies and stuff.
Well,
is that what you're bringing up?
The Screen Actors Guild just went on strike today, and obviously they're talking about that's gonna obviously affect Sony a lot because they are the cinematic. They make the cinematic games, and they use a lot of Screen Actors Guild members. So, depending on how long the strike goes.
Yeah.
So.
And how will that affect anything that they already have in production too?
Yeah, no, I guess it all depends on
like Days Gone too.
Production. Yeah, Days Gone too. Yeah. So I think they're concerned about AI as along with writers and stuff. I think this is going to be the next big battleground here.
AI storytelling.
AI.
I don't think it's gonna.
I mean, no
good.
AI storytelling, but like AI artwork. You saw that with.
I saw that with the Evercade I bought. That Duke Nukem collection that's coming out. The Evercade had to go and hire a new artist because the artist that made the Duke Nukem art used AI, and there was a bit of controversy over that. So yeah, it's already happening in our little hobby here.
Or did you see there's a controversy about the Secret War on Disney Plus? The intro is made using AI.
No.
Yeah, people were not happy about that. Yeah, so that is AI taking jobs is going to be the next battleground here. That it's people are going to be facing within gaming and entertainment, art, 100%. We are now entering the Terminator AI wars. So this is the beginning.
We are, but people could help fight this fight by fighting with their wallet.
Don't buy the games and stuff made with AI.
Exactly.
Right.
Cancel services that use AI.
Yep.
Go a la Rebel Blood and just go retro, man.
There you go.
Retro's where it's at.
Dude,
why it's becoming so expensive to get retro games now.
I know. I have enough Switch stuff to last me a long time. I don't even need any new stuff.
Oh, I got my analog Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis systems coming tomorrow, so I'm gonna have Plenty of retro stuff to do.
Cool. And I think that's really it. That's all I got to talk about. My voice is killing me now. I was on almost damn near 2.5, almost 3 hours last night. I am cooked. So, calling it tonight.
Aw,
I'm tired.
you wussy.
I'm tired.
Why don't you go report me to Microsoft?
I'm going to, yeah.
big
I'm going to
baby.
record it. I'm going to send you to YouTube, Twitter, Microsoft, everybody. They're going to come and take your Steam. I'm going to report it to Gabe. He's going to come and take he's going to enter your house, take all of your legally owned ROMs and fucking smash them.
He'll be a good boy, I promise.
Yep. So, that's the show for tonight. Thanks everyone for joining us, and we will see you guys next Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Same bat time, same bat channel. Do us a favor, hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel, leave a comment, and that's it.
Adios.
For Fusion 64, my buddy Rebel Blood 80. We will see you guys next week. Thank you.